Hello. I'd like to welcome you to JEHU'S Revenge. My name is Lisa. One of the things that I was sitting here pondering and thinking about, because I'm sure it goes on in the minds of, I know it was something I ruminated about for a very long time as I was going through some healing processing and actually really understanding what was going on with me. Sad it took 40-some years to figure out what this stuff is, but I'm glad I wasn't 60, 70, 80, and just now figuring out what this is. I'm still young that I can do something about it. Either way, many times when we're going through the healing process and we're holding on to the cognitive dissonance, which is when you can't wrap your mind around anything. Like, you keep going back and forth in your mind. Do you want this person still or don't you? And then everything they did and why you don't want them and why they're terrible and toxic. And then back to, oh, I love them. That's the cognitive dissonance. It's that pull. We wonder why that's there. I know I did. Because with certain people, when I've had enough and I broke up, it didn't feel like there was an attachment or a bond there. It was odd. But especially over the last 10 years, I've been dealing with these people for a while, that I actually noticed this butterfly attachment feeling, and it turned into a horrible nightmare. I've been through multiple relationships like this, not just one. And then other things that I had noticed and saw, and then realized it was my whole life. it was all throughout my whole entire existence. Like, I get it, not every two people are going to like each other. However, what unbalanced, unstable people want to do is hurt somebody. They do it intentionally, unintentionally, intentionally. I don't think they realize the maximum amount of damage that they're doing to someone's soul. I really don't. Consciously, subconsciously, probably. That's why this thing's spiritual. Definitely spiritual. So, we can go into that sometime on another video. I want to talk a little bit about narcissist and karma. Or should I say the golden rule. How you treat others is what you should get back. How many of us have treated others with respect, didn't cheat, tried to give your all, and then red flags popped up, and then they gaslight, then the whole cycle, you'd see it, and you started to notice it. And finally you get to the point where either they discard you, which is horrendous, or you have to make the conscious choice once you know what it is to cut it off and let go. That doesn't sit well with these type people. Not at all. But you get blessed because you've learned a lesson. That was a spiritual lesson, to be honest with you, is learning how to shut these people down and cut them off correctly. A lot of times it does take on no contact. So whether you're discard or you do the discarding, there has to be no contact. So you get strong. Many people say I wouldn't tango with a narcissist, and I would agree. It's not worth it. Me being curious, has taken notes throughout these relationships. And my memory serves me correctly, because I was the sober one throughout these relationships. That was one thing that they all had in common, is they were all addicts to something when I was with them. Not saying they didn't get clean afterward, but they had to. They really didn't have a choice. So, here's the thing. How karma works is usually your worst, whatever a person's worst nightmare is. Spirit, when I would go into prayer and stuff like that, God gave me that revelation of your personal hell, your karma, is what you fear the most. I was like, ooh. So guess what? You got to do some work on you and figure out that a lot of times, and subconsciously, we as a human being are in survival mode, and we choose to go into a state of fear instead of having faith. We carry around a signature of fear that is the same fear that narcissists carry. A lot of times it's of abandonment and rejection. Where the difference comes in is we went into codependency mode and trying to people pleasing, and what happens with a narcissist or a sociopath in childhood with trauma, they go into fear as well, but they go into a false self. They recreate who they are. They wear a mask. And absolutely, sometimes out of self-preservation, we've all done that to a degree. It's just how we all put up a facade, our best foot forward at the beginning, but it's who's consistent. If you were targeted as a kid, or you were mistreated, abused, it's very easy to go into a shell. Trust me, I have no empathy for soulless creatures who sold their soul to the devil, but I do have knowledge and understanding of why. They had a choice. Same as the light side of this whole thing. The ones who love God. We had a choice. And we chose to be more people-pleasing. Keeping peace, not wanting to rock the boat, walking on eggshells all the time around people. You know, we fall in love with somebody like it's real. And then until they do something over and over and over, and it's the same pattern over and over, and nothing ever changes, and you can't change them. They have to change themselves, and we know, most of the time, from what I was told, so far, none of these people have ever changed. It just got worse. I do believe in a supernatural God, though, so I believe God can do whatever He wants. Saul to Paul conversion. I believe in that. But there's nothing we can do, necessarily, except for definitely preserve our own energy at this point. If you've been out of this thing for any length of time, you're well on your way to healing. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't been out of abuse for a while, I want to tell you, it's not an easy road, but you're going to be so much better on the other side. Just hang in there. I promise. You'll be so much better. And you'll be able to be yourself. Find your true self. And you find self-love and self-acceptance. And you realize you're loved very, very, very much. And you're worth being here. We need you. We need each other. So, with that being said, narcissists do get their karma. Trust that, and it's what they fear the most. Whatever that is. So, it's what I found. I don't want to talk too much into what has happened with the narcissist in my life, but it's their worst fear is catching up with them. Like I said, do unto others. You hang in there, you heal. I got you, I understand. I've been there. So, hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to put the second one up. If you would like to hear more about the karma or types, we could go into that in another video. I just kind of try to not put, because it's really bad what has happened to some of them. And there's, like, because I don't feel no ways, like, I don't want to come across as I'm gloating at all. Because what they're going through is bad. So, what I went through was bad too, and I had to do it with the love, and I had to do the work on myself. So, we have each other. So, that's what's going to get you through, is having people who are around you that care. Some of the work you have to do on your own, but you have people there to congratulate you every step of the way. I guarantee. So, that letting go is hard. I'm sorry if this video was a little bit scattered, but I'm very impromptu. So I'll go off my gut, and a lot of times when I feel like I need to tell you guys encouragement and telling you fight the good fight, it's so worth it. And you're protected. You have angels watching over you, so you're protected. You didn't go through this for no reason. I will probably say that in every video. There's a reason why. I love you. You take care. You have a great night. Good night, world. Bye-bye.